right about your auntie. So does somebody have an aunt or and it's not just for aunties too, it's for more people because the title of this is Does Your Children Know You Best? So when we talk about people's children, right, normally what happens is the children are around the parents the most, right? They see the parents behind closed doors, right? So the children are their child, whether they're a child, a teenager, or adults, know their parents pretty well, right? So they want me to talk about your aunt. And I was going to not, but it said focus and it said continue your YouTube reading. So I'm going to talk about the aunts, okay? Because a lot of people's aunties, they aunt be a hater. They aunt be looking like, dang, I wish I had a daughter. Dang, I wish that was me. Dang, I wish that this was my life. So this has a lot to do with your aunt. The aunt who will do anything for a piece of fame, right? The aunt who will do anything to walk the red carpet, right? But what does people's children say about their parents matters. So when children talk about their parents, right, they have a knowing because they're with them through the struggle, through smiling, through laughing, through the pain, through the tears. Their kid sees it all behind closed doors. When they're away from society, away from the world, right? The persona and personality they are is gone because they're behind closed doors. The children see who they really are. So what does the aunt? So let's talk about the aunt because they want me to continue the reading, talking about how the aunt, let me put my live chat up so I can see you guys if you guys are in here. But you're right about your auntie, right? And I wasn't going to talk about this, but it said to focus and to continue your YouTube readings because the aunt has a lot to be involved in it too. The last live, we talked about sacrificing family members who have gifts and sacrificing different people who have spiritual gifts. Now, we talked about the mother's involvement. We talked about the grandpa, who was your grandmother's spouse, involvement, and how these individuals involved because they did say it was a whole family. So the whole family was involved in grandmother's passing. The whole family was involved in an individual family's passing. So they want me to talk now about the aunt and how the aunt and the sisters were involved or where the involvement took place at, right? But not just that, it's also how the aunt feels about the person that has a spiritual gift, how the aunt feels about different things, right? How they portray themselves to be in front of people one way, right? They're just this clean, bougie, I could never. But have you ever been to their house? Not on the event, but on a regular day. And seen their house, seen the mold, seen the filth, see the spoiled milk. Have you guys ever been on a day where it wasn't an event, right? And it wasn't somebody to clean it up at. Okay? So not only that, it gets deeper than just that. This particular aunt, even a kid knows, even their child knows, because the children know, or their kid knows because their kid is always around. Okay, kids are mostly around the parents on a day-to-day basis, so they know how they are. So even the kid knows, like, yo, like, you be faking, you be pretending, and you be flaunting, and you be playing when you don't have none of your shit together. Right? The kids will say it. Especially if your kid has a voice of their own, they will speak up because they get tired of the persona, the fakeness. They get tired of dealing with you being one way around people and your actual way of being is not how you really are. They put on this persona for the world, right? They put on this mask for the world when totality they're the opposite of what they're saying, right? Classy, man, this person get on their knees all fours. Not get on their knees. They get on all fours like a dog. Okay? They literally get on all fours like a dog. That's how they're able to travel and stuff. But not only just that, y'all. It's the things they do behind closed doors. The people who are around them, stuff starts happening. Stuff just randomly starts happening. Okay? And notice the kids and animals and pets don't like her. Plants don't even like her. Plants get to her house and they're like, Rrr. They already like, we ain't gonna try to live. Fuck it. Because they can smell the rotten from the inside and out. The plants don't even want to be at her house. The plants don't want to live there. The plants. These are plants. The plants don't even want to be there. right? Because they know that this person's rotting from the inside out. Okay, let's okay. Everybody's pretending that they don't know. You're also right about your mother, and you're right about your aunt. Okay, so we talked about mother in the previous reading, and there's mother I see on the side here, and God saw everything. But we're also talking about aunt, and it falls into my lap. So aunt too. The aunt thinks she said, "Come here," but kids don't like her, plants don't like her, animals don't like her. The innocents don't like this person. So if innocent people don't like it, that says a lot about who this person really is. Okay, all the songs you used to listen to, you need to watch, and you figured out their plan before their plan. Okay, because God gave you intuition and you use it. Okay, so what do we need to know about this aunt? You're right about everything. Y'all see it's like, I don't know what I lie for. Okay? So y'all see how I just did that? I don't know what made me do that, but I just did it. That's because that's what happened. And then look, it said, God loves you too much. You're highly favored. Because this aunt has tried witchery, witchcraft. They tried to switch on personas and switch on everything. They tried to switch roles, right? It says God loves you too much, and it says God on right here. Okay, so this person is draining. It drains everybody they're around, okay? They also want you to be a slave to the systems. So they can continue to drain, because then you're not focusing on healing and focusing on self. You're clocking in and you're focused on healing somebody else, which means that you are not focused on yourself, which means that you are more susceptible to different things that you had no knowledge of, but now they know you know, and they know spiritual chains are being broken. Family ties are being broken. They know that you know that. They try to switch roles. They want you to be the sunken in face, skinny, crackhead looking, person. Okay. They want you to be dull in the face. They want you to be, and then when you used to go in her room, she used to say, "Oh, you can stay in my room. You can be in my room. Just lock the door behind you, and then nobody can come in my room. Just be in my room. Oh, you go do your hair in the mirror." I didn't know about none of that stuff when I was a kid. Do you know that, y'all, she knew about witchcraft a long time ago. It says, "Get behind me, Satan." Get behind me, Satan. Okay, so let's see, what should we know about the aunt? What should we know about children who's with their parents, who knows how their parents really are, right? Because have y'all ever wondered, like, okay, if these people are so grand and so great, why are their kids saying something different about them? Oh, them kids are just ungrateful. Okay, that's what they say. But no, the kids really know you like a book. The kids really know your behavior, your responses, how you really are when all that makeup come off, when everything comes off, the person you're on the inside. The kids know. Okay, and some kids be telling their parents, like, I know who you are. I see right through you. You put up a facade in the front. And you're not the person you portray yourself to be, and I don't want to hear that shit. Because I know it's the front, so I'm not going to go into your game of BSing, right? Because that's what's happening. Okay, so, yeah, you ever see, and then all of a sudden, the pastor told you about the ring. So this is about generational curses. You guys can go to my last live and see how I broke it down, what happened with this ring. Okay, but pretty much there was a ring I had that was passed down from my family. Which already had bad intent behind it and also had bad memories behind it, but it was passed down to me and I wore it until a pastor touched my hand and told me to take it off. Okay, because of the generational curses. And so what the aunt knows about it, and she's like, well, what we're going to do, what she's going to try to do is, but she didn't realize I was connected to God because they never really talked that much about it. Like, it wasn't a major... And then connect to God comes again. Okay? These individuals didn't know how strong you were. They thought if they kept you low that you wouldn't know God or you wouldn't be connected to God, but little did they know that just made you closer to him. Okay? It was a cover-up. That just made you, look, God came out twice. Twice. They know you're highly sophisticated. They know you'll have victory. 2 cards fell in my lap when we talked about mother and the aunt, so they're 2 peas in the pod. Literally. Okay, they do. Look at, okay, your mother is doing stuff with her plants. That's a cover up for her plants, and then there used to be a plant outside the house that your sister used to do shit with, and then you have your aunt who does stuff in her house as well, witchcraft and witchery and shit. And they like to drain from individuals, right? Says, who am I? Pull another card. Okay. So let's talk about me then. We talk about me. Y'all just pull this. Talk about your family sacrifice, trying to sacrifice you or me. Yeah, they have. But God loves me too much. I'm highly favored, fell in my lap. Y'all. They tried it. They tried it. But grandmother did one thing for me. She said, baby, I'll give you, if I can give you nothing, let me give you this one thing. Because they know I don't want material stuff. No, I don't want that. If she can give me one thing, she give me the, and God too, they in the spiritual world helping me because they know I'm highly favored. And talk about how the family tried to sacrifice you. Okay? They literally did. And your son. But they didn't know how favored she was. They didn't know. They still can't believe it. Everything for me is a sign and a symbol, right? I told you before I left, I said they also tried to sacrifice the son, right? So then when I go in there, what they tried to do was they tried to sacrifice me, and then my mother would raise my son as if, and try to raise my son if it was hers, like she did her mother. So her mother, she got to raise her, my grandmother's son, and my mother pretended that was her son and raised him like it was, like, you know, like she the mom, right? So she gets her only son. So now here it is. She thought she was gonna do that again. So they ain't trying to break generational curses. They're the ones who are causing all this shit to happen. Because they tried to, they thought that was gonna happen. That they was gonna get rid of me, and since they can't kill me, right? They can't. They thought, okay, well, we're going to put her away in some type of mental thing, some type of thing, and then my mother can raise my son and get all the money for him, plus any money I receive, because I would then be a dependent of this. So this is their plan. This is how they plot, and they thought it was going to work. Okay? They tried to put me through spiritual warfare as I was in the place. Like, how you going to put me through spiritual warfare? Then this says, look, they try to sacrifice you. Again, but God, you know everything. They know after this they cannot get into your life anymore. Nothing to hold on to. They don't have nothing to hold on to. And who y'all think y'all sacrificing to? Because if y'all think God is not going to allow that, for one, and for two, y'all can't go to God and say, hey God, if we give her this, something you created, would you take us back? Like, come on. So it's all about money. It's about greed. It's not about them trying to do the right thing. They're not. They're not. What's wrong? You want some broccoli and some cream of mushroom? Okay. So they tried to put you in the freezer to stop your progress, and it says they thought they were winning, but you were healing. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to get off here. I'm going to get off because we got some broccoli that we want to eat. I'm gonna cook that one because, okay. So, one more, I'm gonna put one more. They thought they can't figure you out. Talk about how your family What is it saying? Talk about family sacrifices and how people try to sacrifice people in family. Okay. Oh, look. Remember I told y'all they thought that they was gonna get my kid and they're gonna put me in some type of nut house, and then it says DCFS. Look, they're gonna get it. They thought they was gonna get it from DCFS. DCFS is gonna hand over my kid to them. Are you dumb? I'm stupid or dumb? You have to prove I'm not a great mother. How can you prove that? It was a cover up, but I'm really chosen. Okay, and it's almost over. You see what I'm saying? So I told you that's their plan. The cards just confirmed that that's their plan, right? It says, look, y'all. It says God. They know you're highly intelligent because of God. They know God gives you the intelligence you need to get through any obstacle, any battle, any problem. Then it says, yes, your mother and yes, your auntie, y'all. This card both came back up. So if it came back up, y'all know there's some truth to it. You know? What's the matter with you? It's a real night, chunky. You just want the mama. You want some more broccoli? Oh! You want some broccoli? So your mother and your aunt, the card just popped up again, had a lot to do with grandma. It had a lot to do with and the children know the truth. So the kids, the grown-ass children know what's going on. Not the ones they have under witchcraft and voodoo and shit to get more money from, but the older ones, they seen it all. They seen it all. Right? So they know the real. They know what's really going on. Why do you think my family want me to do YouTube? They don't want me to do YouTube. Do you know why? Because if I really do tarot reading, and if I really do YouTube, their secrets will be exposed that they've been hiding for centuries, decades, not years, decades, centuries. This happened in the 70s and the 80s, y'all. We're in what? 2000 and something. So, it's been happening, and before that, it's been happening again, and before that, because this is where generational curses are. So, y'all seen it for yourself. Cards don't have to lie to you. I don't have to lie to you. But they don't want their secrets because their secrets can lead them into a lot of big trouble. Right? Because you can't just do that to people just for finance. That's like murder. So, yeah, how did my grandmother really die is what we need to look into. Because these individuals are con artists. They're very good at it. So good that they can con the con man. How about this? They can con the con man. That's how good they are, con men. They can con the con man. They can sell salt to a snail. They can sell salt to a snail. That's how good they are. And then convince the snail that it's not salt. They're just coming in to give you a hug. Okay? This is how these individuals are. Okay? Now, I'm going to pull some more cards, y'all. Maybe one or two. But the confirmation's right there. Okay? The confirmation's there. So I'll pull one more. Sure. So I'll pull one more, you guys. So that way, we can put a stamp on this reading about how the children know the real, what's going on with their parents. Okay? They really know what's happening and what's going on behind closed doors. Okay? I'm gonna pull one more card. Connected to Christ. My son is safe, and you figure out the plan before they plan. So even when it came to, yep, Even though it came to your son, you knew he was safe, and you knew you figured out their plan in the middle of their plan before their plan was even really formed all the way. You knew it was to happen, and you're connected to Christ. They tried to crucify you, but how they supposed to crucify somebody who, when the book was written already, how it was supposed to be? They tried to switch up people's destiny, but I will have victory in the situation, and whoever's dealing with the same thing will have victory. Referrals mean something different. So when somebody refers things, we need to go deeper. I'll maybe leave that to another reading because we don't want to go, I don't want to go too far and in too depth in these, in Scientology themed world. We'll go ahead and we'll talk about that because that's two different things. That's going to take some time to explain to you guys what it means by Scientology theme. Oh, and then it has referrals. So referrals is like what I was talking about in the other two last lives, where it's like you go to the hospital, they refer you to something, and they refer you to something else, refer you to something else. And then you're going through all, and they're pretty much their community. Their community of referrals, their community of thing, and it's a whole money game. It's like a Monopoly game, right? And that's how it's themed. Okay, but we're going to go deeper in another reading about what referrals really mean when they refer you to somebody else and who benefits from referrals and why are they so quick to refer people to different stuff, okay? We'll talk about that in depth in another time. And they said, keep going, light worker. Okay, one more card. You're connected to Christ. Okay, one more. So the people around you. So this could be people that you have been around or you know. But it says behind it, get behind me, Satan. So these are people that you don't want to look back because get behind me, Satan. This card was on the back of the card, which lets you know for a fact that, hey, Satan, get behind me. All right? And then let's see. This card is different stuff I had wrote down about the Egyptians, the moon, Mayat, and all that. And this is, they know you're highly intelligent and connected to the universe in a way that they still can't understand it, can't fathom it. But we're going to get off this live, you guys. And maybe I'll check back in with you guys another time, but it was nice giving you guys messages. Okay, sweetie pie, I'm coming.